Have you ever felt like getting up from your chair now requires more effort than it did a few years ago? At first, it may be just a small change. The body needs to be pushed forward slightly before standing. Hands begin to look for a backrest. The first step after standing up feels slower than usual. Many people consider this to be a normal part of aging, but did you know that difficulty getting up from a chair is often one of the earliest signs that leg muscle strength is starting to decline? Even more surprising, these small changes can affect many things in daily life, starting from the ability to walk comfortably, maintain balance, do household activities, to maintain independence in old age. Unfortunately, many people only realize the importance of maintaining muscle strength after simple activities start to feel increasingly difficult to do. In fact, there is one exercise that is very simple, can be done at home, does not require expensive tools, and has much greater benefits than imagined. This exercise helps train leg muscle strength, body balance, movement coordination, and the ability to perform daily activities with more confidence. In this video, we will discuss why the difficulty getting up from a chair should not be ignored, why the fear of falling is often associated with weakness of the leg muscles, why walking alone is often not enough to maintain body strength, and how one simple exercise can help maintain quality of life as you age. Be sure to watch till the end because the exercises to be discussed may be one of the most valuable health investments for the coming year. Try paying attention to one simple activity you do every day, standing up from a chair. It may seem ordinary, but this movement reflects overall body strength, especially the strength of the legs. Many people notice small changes over time. Getting up feels slower, requires leaning forward more, or even using the hands for support. Because these changes happen gradually, they're often dismissed as a normal part of aging. In reality, difficulty standing up can be an early sign that leg muscles are becoming weaker. These muscles are essential for walking, climbing stairs, maintaining balance, and performing daily activities. When they lose strength, the body often becomes tired more quickly. Walking feels less energetic, and the legs may feel heavy after sitting for long periods. Standing up from a chair is something we do many times each day, after meals, while watching television, getting out of bed, or using the bathroom. Each time, the body relies on the thigh, hip, abdominal, and stabilizing muscles. When these muscles are strong, the movement feels effortless. When they weaken, even simple tasks require more effort. The good news is that muscle strength can often be improved at any age. Paying attention to small changes today can be an important reminder to take better care of your muscle health and maintain your independence for years to come. One issue that many older adults experience but rarely discuss is the fear of falling. This fear may appear when walking outside, going downstairs, crossing slippery floors, or even getting up at night to use the bathroom. Many people think this fear is simply a normal part of aging. However, one of the most common causes is weakening leg muscles. Strong leg muscles help maintain balance, support steady movement, and increase confidence while walking. When muscle strength declines, balance becomes less stable, and everyday movements require more caution. Over time, worries begin to grow. What if I trip? What if I lose my balance? What if I fall and cannot get up easily? As a result, many people start reducing their activities. They walk less, spend more time sitting, and avoid moving around whenever possible. Although this may feel safer at first, it often creates a cycle that makes the problem worse. Less activity leads to weaker muscles reduce balance, and reduced balance increases the fear of falling. That is why maintaining leg strength is so important. The goal is not only to build stronger muscles, but also to preserve confidence, independence, and the ability to enjoy daily life safely and comfortably. When it comes to exercise for the elderly, walking is almost always the first option that comes up. It is undeniable that walking has many benefits. This activity helps maintain heart health, helps improve blood circulation, helps improve fitness, helps keep the mood going. Because of its great benefits, many people believe that walking alone is enough to maintain all the functions of the body. But there is one important thing that is often missed. That is the need for muscles to get strength training. Walking does make the body move. However, in many cases, this activity does not necessarily provide enough stimulation to maintain or increase muscle strength optimally. Imagine someone who walks leisurely every day at the same pace and the same distance. The body does benefit from these activities. However, muscles don't always receive the added challenge needed to become stronger. That's why many health experts recommend a combination of aerobic activities such as walking and strength training that suits ability. Both have different functions but complementary. Walking helps maintain immunity. Strength training helps maintain muscle mass and functional ability. The two work together to support a better quality of life. Therefore, if the main goal is to maintain the ability to stand, walk, climb stairs, and carry out daily activities independently, then exercises that involve muscle strength also need attention.
This is often a big turning point for many seniors. They don't just focus on moving more, they also start training their bodies to stay strong. And when strength starts to increase, everyday activities often feel much easier than before. In today's world, many daily activities are done while sitting, eating, watching television, talking, using a phone, or simply resting. Sitting itself is not a problem because the body needs time to recover. However, when most of the day is spent sitting and the body is rarely moved, physical function can gradually decline. Without regular use, muscles slowly become weaker, joints grow stiffer, and flexibility decreases. These changes often happen so gradually that they go unnoticed. It may begin with mild stiffness when standing up, followed by getting tired more easily, walking more slowly, and eventually finding simple daily tasks more challenging than before. Many people only recognize the problem once the effects become significant. In reality, physical decline often begins with a simple habit: staying inactive for long periods. That is why keeping the body active is so important. It does not require intense exercise or hours of training. The key is simply giving the body regular opportunities to move. An active body is more likely to maintain strength, balance, and independence over time. In the next section, we will discuss a simple chair-based test that takes only a short time and can provide valuable insight into overall strength and physical function.
After understanding the importance of leg muscle strength, an important question arises. How can we tell whether the body is still capable of performing daily activities independently and comfortably? One simple method is the 30-second sit-to-stand test. This test requires only a stable chair and 30 seconds of time. Simply sit on a chair, then stand up and sit down repeatedly for 30 seconds at a comfortable pace. Although simple, this movement evaluates several important physical abilities at once, including leg strength, balance, coordination, endurance, and posture control. These are the same abilities needed for walking, climbing stairs, getting out of bed, and carrying out everyday activities safely. Many people are surprised when they try this test. Some notice that their legs tire more quickly than expected, while others realize their balance is not as steady as it once was. These observations can be valuable early signs that the body may need more strength training and physical activity. The purpose of this test is not to judge or worry anyone. Instead, it provides a simple snapshot of current physical function. Most importantly, the results are not permanent. With regular and appropriate exercise, strength and mobility can improve significantly, making daily activities feel easier, safer, and more comfortable. When discussing quality of life in old age, many people immediately think of medications, health checkups, or diet. All of these things are indeed important, but there is one simple ability that often goes unnoticed: the ability to stand alone from a chair. Why is this ability so important? Because this ability is directly related to independence. Imagine a normal day. Get out of bed, stand up from your chair at breakfast, wake up after watching television, stand up to grab a drink, sit and then stand up again while doing activities at home. Almost all of these activities involve the ability to move from a sitting position to a standing position. If these movements can be done well, many daily activities become much easier. On the other hand, if this movement begins to be difficult to do, various other activities will also begin to be affected. This is the reason why the ability to stand from a chair is often considered one of the important indicators of a person's independence. This ability is not just a matter of strength. This ability shows how various body systems work together. Muscles produce energy, the joints move well, the brain regulates coordination, balance helps the body stay stable. All work simultaneously in a matter of seconds. When these abilities are maintained, a person has a greater chance of remaining active and independent. They can move more freely, doing household activities, visiting family, enjoy hobbies, participate in social activities. On the other hand, when standing ability begins to decline, the space for movement often narrows. Activities that were once simple are starting to need help. Dependence on others is slowly increasing. Therefore, maintaining the ability to stand from a chair is actually the same as maintaining independence. It is an investment that provides benefits every day, not just today, but also for the coming year.
Imagine having a savings account. Every time you save, the amount increases. Each time you take without adding, the amount decreases. Almost the same principle also applies to muscles. Muscle can be considered old age savings. When young, most people have a sizable reserve of strength. Daily activities are carried out easily. Walking feels light. Climbing the stairs is not a problem. Getting up from the chair takes place without thinking. But as we age, the body undergoes various natural changes. If the muscles are not continuously used and trained, their strength slowly decreases. The problem is, many people don't realize that they are losing some of those savings. The process is slow. Little by little,
year after year, until one day, simple activities began to feel heavier than before. That's when many people just realized the importance of maintaining muscle strength. The good news is that these savings can still be increased. The body remains able to respond to exercise even in old age. As long as the muscles continue to be given the appropriate stimulation, the body will try to adapt. This is the reason why strength training is so important. It's not because I want to have a body like an athlete, not because you want to do extreme activities, but because you want to maintain the ability to do simple things that are very valuable. Walk comfortably, stand up unassisted, carry light items, climb the stairs, enjoy daily activities with more confidence. All of that is very much related to the condition of the leg muscles. The better the strength you have, the greater the reserves that can be used to live your daily life.
Now that we understand the importance of leg muscle strength, it's time to discuss the exercises that are the main focus of this video. The exercise may be much simpler than imagined. It does not use special tools, does not require a gym membership, it does not require a large space. This exercise is known as chair squat, or a chair standing up exercise. At first glance, this exercise looks very simple, just sit and stand. But behind its simplicity, there are enormous benefits. When performing these movements, the thigh muscles are actively working. The buttocks muscles also produce energy. The abdominal muscles help maintain the stability of the body. The back muscles help maintain posture. Even the brain also works to regulate balance and coordination of movements. In other words, one simple movement is capable of practicing many bodily functions simultaneously. This is what makes chair squat a very relevant exercise for daily life. The movements that are practiced are movements that are used every day. The more often the body practices performing these movements well, the greater the benefits can be felt in real activities. Many people are looking for a complex and difficult exercise to do, even though sometimes the most useful exercise is the one that is closest to daily needs. The chair squat is an excellent example of that principle. In the next section, we will discuss how to do chair squat safely, mistakes that need to be avoided, and how to start this exercise according to each person's ability so that the benefits can be obtained to the maximum.
Ultimately, the quality of life in old age is not only determined by how old you are, but also by how well the body is still able to carry out daily activities. The ability to get up from a chair, the ability to walk comfortably, the ability to maintain balance, the ability to perform a variety of activities without always relying on the help of others. All of these abilities are closely related to the strength of the muscles. The good news is that the body still has the ability to adapt and become stronger when given the right exercise consistently. It doesn't have to start with a strenuous workout. It doesn't have to be done for a long time. Often, big changes actually start with simple steps that are done regularly. The chair squat is one example of a simple exercise that trains movements that are actually used every day. Movements that help maintain strength, balance, coordination, and independence. If getting up from the chair has been starting to feel heavier, maybe it's the right time to start paying more attention to the health of the leg muscles. Because maintaining body strength is not just about today, rather it is about maintaining freedom of movement, confidence, and quality of life for years to come. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give your support by hitting the like button and sharing it with family or friends who may also need this information. Thank you for watching to the end, and until we meet at the next health discussion.